Life changes in many ways for soldiers who have been severely injured in war.
You know what? You're walking more upright this week.
A major challenge for soldiers who have lost legs is learning how to walk all over again. Horse therapy can help.
Good job, good job.
We grew accustomed to each other and listened to each other, so because at the beginning, as you said, the horse even was weary and wasn't confident about what she was going to do, but I'm glad we kind of grew and assisted each other, and basically I grew to understand what she means by certain movements.
Volunteers at the Army's Fort Myer base in Arlington, Virginia, call Natasha McKinnon the poster child for Walter Reed Medical Center's horse therapy program, a program for soldiers who have lost limbs in the harsh battlefields of Iraq and Afghanistan.
My balance has improved greatly because of the motion of the horse with your hips, so it strengthened my inner thighs, my outer thighs.
Natasha is 23 years old. She's soft-spoken, and her small frame and easy demeanor make it hard to picture her driving security convoys on the dangerous streets of Iraq. It was 1 year ago her convoy hit a roadside bomb, an explosion that cost Natasha her left leg.
How my injury came upon, we were doing a regular mission, coming out of the gate, 20-30 minutes later, I heard a boom, and it was on my side. And I was the only one in the truck hit. I didn't realize that until I looked down at my feet and I saw a pool of blood, my blood.
It's been wonderful because I was having problems because the first couple of weeks was I was walking in what they call parallel bars, so you have something on both sides to hold on to the walk. And I was getting a lot of accomplishments there, but every time I would leave the walk with two canes, or I was having such a hard time with it. I wasn't trusting my leg, and every time I take it, I wasn't quite with every time I took a step, my hips weren't working in unison, because you just got to pretty much learn how to walk again. And when you ride a horse, you're all in unison with it, so it teaches you, well, actually it doesn't really teach you, you just automatically, when you're riding a horse, because you have to move with the horse or the horse doesn't like it, and you just have all kinds of problems. So once you start moving with the horse, your hips flow with it.
Therapeutic horse riding first started in Fort Hood, Texas 1 year ago. This past May, Walter Reed gave it a try because of its success with soldiers. They plan to continue the program.
Mary Jo makes us do little, things that seem kind of trivial, but they do help us work on our balance and things like that.
Cueing the horse first through the hips by looking in the direction that we're going, shifting weight into the inside hip, and then lastly pulling on the reins.
We have one soldier who's gone from using 2 crutches or 2 canes to using 1 cane. We have several of the soldiers have improved in their walking, that looks more natural, they have more confidence and more stability. So in 4 sessions, we feel like good improvements.
At first, Natasha was hesitant to take part in the program because she says she wasn't completely comfortable dealing with an animal so much larger than herself. Eventually, she decided to do it, figuring she handled Humvees just fine. But riding a horse for recovery is hard work, even for tough soldiers. It takes time to move from simple tasks to more complicated ones.
I remember when we were trotting today, I was telling my side riders, like, hey, because they wanted me to trot, and I said, well, I got to learn how to squeeze my inner thigh on my left, because my left is basically where I got injured at. I shuffled a little strap on my right, but it took me a while to gain that confidence with the horse and myself to do the trot.
Specialist Nick Popore was also injured in a roadside bomb attack in Kirkuk, Iraq, just this past July. His injury was under the knee, but because there was so much damage, doctors had to amputate above the knee. The severity of his injury put Nick 4 weeks behind schedule in his recovery, and he was offered a chance to join the riding program.
It hasn't been that long, so I started walking. It's been 4 weeks since I got my first prosthetic, and I took my first steps about 4 weeks ago.
Nick says 2 hours of riding allows the mind and body to remember how it should move. Recovery is a long road for amputees, but these soldiers have made tremendous progress.
I was driving the vehicle when the ID went off. There was a pressure plate, and it blew the door off my Humvee and blew my knees, or most of my soft tissue and everything out of my knees. Blew the right kneecap completely off, and that still hasn't been repaired yet. I was walking in 2 months, riding horses in 4. It's been pretty amazing.
Michael is the only one of 3 soldiers in the program that plans on staying in the military. He would like to go back in the Marines and do something different.
Who knows, maybe I'll go jump out of helicopters or something.
Natasha plans on going back to school to finish her degree in zoology. She wants to be a vet tech. Nick is undecided and says he might go back to school to become a history teacher, but really wants to get a job with the government fighting terrorism. For Discovery News, I'm Casey D. Gardner.